5 things you need to know if you're beating depression or going through depression. If you want to beat it, these are the 5 things that you need to make sure you understand in order to make your body and your mind healthier. Number 1 is vitamin D deficiency. Vitamin D deficiency has been shown in scientific research to cause depression. Most of us are vitamin D deficient in the world if we're not taking supplements at the moment. If we are living the modern ways of living, we're mostly indoors. We're called by researchers the indoor generation because we work indoors, we study indoors, and many of us are actually very scared of spending time under the sun directly because of the controversial information out there. So, scientific research has shown that it's an actual global problem. Human beings don't have enough vitamin D nowadays. So, if you are going through depression, know this that for a nervous system that is healthy, it needs vitamin D. So, if you know that you are sad and your body just feels sad, make sure that you do a blood test and you check your vitamin D levels and then speak to your doctor or pharmacist and take the supplements that you need if you are deficient. 2, magnesium. Magnesium deficiency is a problem nowadays. Researchers have looked into this and have understood that chemicals and pesticides that are used in the agricultural sector is one of the problems that depletes magnesium in our foods. Magnesium deficiency can lead to a lot of different problems because it is used in 300 different chemical reactions in the body. You even need magnesium to be able to activate vitamin D. So if we are depleted in our bodies of magnesium, our soil is depleted, and our food is depleted, what are we meant to do? One of the ways to make sure that you do have enough magnesium, to make sure that your nervous system is working properly, is by taking the supplement. Otherwise, I guess it's one of my biggest dreams to go get a farm and grow my own crops and wish for one day to have very rich soil. But for now, I guess supplement will do. According to scientific research, magnesium supplements have been shown to help depression. So if you are going through depression or you know someone who's going through depression, please make sure that you know all of this information and speak to a pharmacist or a doctor and see if magnesium supplements could help you to have a more balanced nervous system. The third point is identifying. Honestly, I tell you this from my own life experiences. About 15 years ago, I went through depression when I was a young teenager. And I understood throughout the years of my life that you're not meant to identify with depression in a way that it becomes your identity. One of the words that we use is depressed. And to say depressed, you have to say, I am depressed. And in English, I am depressed makes it in a way that the more you hear it, the more you will think that your identity is just that you are a depressed person. I, however, remembered myself before, and I wasn't a depressed child. I was a very happy child. And I knew exactly the things that were going wrong, that were causing the depression. For me, it was the environment that was affecting me. At the same time, when I look back at it, I'm sure that I was vitamin D deficient because at that time in my life, I was staying inside 90% of my time. Just like the way research shows nowadays that like out of 5 regions in Europe, people spend 70 to 90% of their time indoors. So my advice is that if you think of depression as a thing that you're going through and it doesn't become a part of your identity, it's much easier to have that attitude that I'm gonna beat this and it's not gonna ever affect me again because I'm gonna figure it out. And even if you fully believe that it's a part of your genetic makeup, know this, that genetics have been shown to be triggered by the environment. So please make your mind up when you fix your environment, the people you hang out with, your diet, your lifestyle. Like, make sure you've tried everything in your power. And I know how it feels to be depressed and you feel powerless sometimes. And I know this. This is why I'm doing what I'm doing right now. I know the pain and I don't wish it on anyone. But I want to be the hope. If you have no hope, I want to be the hope that you do have. I can tell you that I had very, very dark days and I figured it out. And I never thought I would figure it out to this point. I honestly think to myself that we change so much throughout our lives. And if we actually do evolve, it's possible to understand that we go through stages of life. And I hope that this stage of your life that you are depressed doesn't last forever, because we do have one lifetime in this world and it's precious. Just don't identify with it. It's a trap. The difference between beating depression and beating cancer, you don't ever say, I am cancer. You say, I'm beating cancer. I'm going through cancer. I have cancer. You have it. You want to get rid of it. But I am depressed. It's just, this is who I am. That's it. Like, there's nothing more I can't do. I can't get rid of it anymore. It's become a part of me. Anyways, so that's number 3. Number 4, taking a walk in nature every single day. So, one of the other things that we don't do much of is walking. We don't walk as much as we would because we're all taking transport in different ways. And mostly we're sitting during our days. And even if we're working out, it's not walking. It's usually the sports that you would do, or you're running, or you're doing different things that is not walking. Walking has been shown in scientific research to help with depression symptoms. Also, if you do go into nature, the frequency of the sounds of birds, especially during the summer, there are birds chirping outside. If you do have a local park, if you have a local place that is green, not only the frequency of the birds chirping is going to help you, but the green color is going to help you as well. So color green has been shown to bring the heart rate down, and also it makes us happier. So for me, it has more to do with connecting with nature, but I know that neuropsychologically it helps us. Even if we don't connect spiritually, it helps us. But to me, spiritually, when I go into nature, when I have tall trees above me, when I feel like everything around me is alive, the trees are alive, the birds are alive, you know, they're all there in a way that it's not the same when we're in white painted rooms, surrounded by furniture, you know? And it makes me feel connected. I will talk about this more, but let's keep it short. And I tell you the scientific aspect of things, that going for a walk will help you immensely. And I know that when you're depressed, it's hard to get yourself out there. But eventually, if you push through and you feel better, your body is more prone to accept easier day by day. And even if you don't feel like walking, just sitting, maybe even under a tree, could help you to just be outside. Not only the green color of the trees, the birds chirping and the frequency, and the walk itself to get yourself to somewhere green will help you. The light will help you, because the way that light affects our brains outside is very different than inside. So we're always under artificial light inside. And if we're lucky, we would have, big windows around us. But then when you go outside, even just during the day, if you do go outside, even just a few minutes of being under natural light will be very helpful. Number 5, your environment. Your environment in a way of who you hang out with and who you're surrounded by. Usually when someone is depressed, they will isolate. But it might be that the isolation is a way of protection. Because if you are surrounded by toxic people who are jealous, who are negative, who just, are not good people, if you're surrounded by people who are not good to you or even good in general, you're going to suffer. And my husband is home, so come back for the second episode.